Welcome back to RGR Football. This is a look forward at what the Chiefs are going to see quite a bit of from the Minnesota Vikings. This is a team that likes to run, and I want to get a look at this even though I'm on vacation and I'm doing something fun in the water at this point. This has to be addressed. I'm Ryan from RGR Football, the founder of Rogue Analytics, and this is my channel about the Chiefs. If you're new around here, hit the sub, the notification, and click that thumbs up and leave your comment below. We're going to get started today, and we're going to take a quick look at some of the defense that has to go on because the Minnesota Vikings are a team that runs very, very well. Mike Zimmer's an old school coach, and he's going to attack you that way. He's going to use play action to get Kirk Cousins in position to go deep. This looks like it's going to be the return of Thielen as well, the ace receiver. So it all comes from the run, and this is an example against the Broncos that I want to illustrate about who's where and who's still progressing and what it takes to get things done on these next couple of plays. As we roll forward here, we're going to see that this is a total goal line package, power run, right at the heart of the defense. And it is about winning your individual matchups to get some push. Now, initially, you thought you had him. Freeman does push his way in and on second effort gets a score, and we're going to see why when we flip it here in a second and take a look at the end zone camera, because right here you're going to see how everyone is lined up. The two interior guys, Colin Saunders, Derek Nottie, lined up in the gaps, whereas Agba and Tano Passanio are lined up heads up on their men. With Frank Sorensen outside, Agba, Hitchens outside, just in case they try to run some kind of pylon type pass play. Now, the backers are going to be ready to flow, but they have to be paying particular attention because Reggie Ragland and Damian Wilson are in here on the goal line because there's two backs. It's going to take both of them to attack should it be an ISO kind of dive maneuver. But if a split or if they veer one way or the other, a sweep of that kind of thing, it's going to take one of them to take out the blocker and the other to clean up and make the tackle, and they realize that. You're going to see how they shift. But what I want you to watch as we roll this forward is watch the feet of Agba, Derek Nottie, and Tano Passanio. We get going here, and you see as they make contact, the feet stay roughly in the same position. That's what you have to have on the goal line. Here they're making progress. Nottie's actually beating his player back into the backfield. Agba's stayed tight. Ragland's come up to reinforce him. Tano Passanio has beaten his guy to the inside, is actually gaining ground too. The only guy who's given up ground, unfortunately, is Colin Saunders. Now, don't feel too bad for him because, yes, he did get beaten on this particular block, but he came right back and he fixed it. We're going to see that here in a second. But this is what happens when you're trying to maintain a 1 yard margin of error and there just isn't that much room to maneuver. He does get in here on second notice, and it is because Colin Saunders got back on his heels. Now, again, if we roll that back just a little bit, you're going to see as they start, watch the feet, watch the penetration that Nottie gets, and that the fact that the rest of the line, except for Saunders, is holding tight. And right here, Saunders is hand fighting, and I have to give him credit. He's playing with his upper body, and he's doing pretty well. He's trying to get off of that block, but in the meantime, he's giving ground. Whereas Agba's moved forward just a touch. Nottie's really penetrated pretty well, and Tano Passanio is coming in there pretty well. Now, this is the very next play on the 2-point attempt, and very similar allocation in terms of the defense, but you see that it's not quite as much in line. The Broncos have chosen to put a few more wide receivers out here, trying to empty this box out a little bit, and to some extent they have a little bit more gapping, but you see that the front four definitely have the same alignment, with Saunders and Nottie aligned in the gaps, both A gaps, with Agba over the tackle and Tano Passanio just slightly shaded inside of Bowles, the left tackle. With the linebackers spread out, Frank Agba on the outside, Tyrann Mathieu doing his thing in the back. Reggie Ragland, the sole linebacker here, inside the tackle box. And that's important because it's going to be about Reggie's effort here. He and Colin Saunders, unlike the last play, make this play. The Broncos choose not to double here, and that's probably a mistake on their part. As we roll forward, we're going to see that they make contact, and both Saunders and Nottie have actually push their guys back at this point, away from the goal line. They have a good yard and a half at this point in terms of extension, and Ragland is watching. Reggie's the one that you need to watch from this point forward, because everything else is going to stack up as this A-gap becomes the hole that the running back is going for. Shifts, reads, and attacks at this point. That is the key. And he and Saunders come together in this gap as Saunders powers off of the block, and Reggie and Saunders meet together in the A-gap, taking Lindsey to the point that he cannot make this conversion. Now, this is a play that it takes teamwork and it takes coordination, but this is just about want to. This is exactly the play after Saunders got driven back into the end zone, and he made up for it right here. Want to see some more of this out of him, but that's something that's going to have to come. I'm expecting that there's going to be some plays that are up and down, but for the most part, this is what we want to see. Aggressive play from Reggie Ragland and the linebackers, as well as a stout front with Noddy and Colin Saunders. Quickly, I want to throw in a little bit about Juan Thornhill and the progression that we've seen from him. This is a very simple play, but one that he really shows his nose for the ball. He didn't quite get there on this play, but this is foreshadowing things to come later in the season, and you're going to see him show his athleticism, his break on the ball, and nearly make this interception. He's aligned here as a single deep safety, and he is a good 15 yards, 16 yards off of the ball. And you're going to see him zone in on exactly what he's supposed to be doing, even though he's got over the top, and there is a corner that's in pretty good position on Sutton. As this play rolls forward, you're going to see him backpedal very smoothly and make his turn and attack the ball in the air. Right here, turns and goes. Ball's in the air. He is trying to get there, nearly gets his hand on it, and it actually just fades over his fingertips in order to get to the outstretched hands of Courtland Sutton, which is a matchup I think we're going to see for a few years to come. Really great instincts, nearly makes the play, and that's the key to this particular game. Now, I think you're going to see that more in the future. I just wanted to show you guys that as I picked it up on the film. So that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think. If you're new around here, hit the sub, the notification, leave your comment below, and hit that thumbs up if you like this video. I have a couple more coming for you from some remote locations that hopefully are a little bit of exotic, and you should see some other videos pop up here. Check those out. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll check you next time.